Hello and good day to you. So obviously on here, the majority of what I do is crochet. Literally, that's pretty much it. But other than crochet, if it wasn't like blatantly obvious by the insane amount of books that are always behind me in pretty much every clip that I ever film, I love to read. If I am not crocheting, there is a very high chance that I am reading. And I have filmed one video previous to this about my reading addiction, but it is still in process of filming, and I don't know if this one's gonna come up first or that one, so let me do like a little intro to my reading life with you kind of deal, and then we'll jump into the video, because today's video is about reading. We're not gonna crochet. I genuinely love reading so much. There's really not much to say on it, because this isn't like a challenge revolving the kind of books that I'm reading, although I have some ideas in the future. But I do want to incorporate reading a lot more into this channel. I don't want to say a lot more, but more into this, because I truly do love to do it, and I currently have like a huge book overflow. Like, let me show you. Can you see? I think that's like 45 books. You want me to count? Hold on, let's count. 32. Just over there. And we didn't even talk about the stack over by the window that you can't see. Like, it's actually becoming like a genuine problem, and I want to read them so bad, and my summer's almost over, so I thought, let's do today's video, which is going to be reading for 24 hours. Previous on this channel, I did try a crocheting for 24 hours, but when I did it, I think I was like 14, maybe 15. Very new to the YouTube thing, very new to the content creation thing. Was not very good at managing my sleep schedule very well, and I got bored with it, honestly, is why I stopped. I got bored with crocheting for 24 hours, but now I genuinely feel like I could read for 24 hours. I feel like I could crochet for 24 hours too, but I'm not looking to pull I am not looking to pull another all-nighter. I accidentally pulled one 2 nights ago, and then I slept for 14 hours the next night. I went to bed at 3. Like, I cannot do that again. I am not looking to do that again. So there is this like 24-hour method that I saw, which is like you read for 12 hours one day and you read for 12 hours the next day. But with the way that today went, I did not start this video this morning, which is fine. So mine is gonna be like reading 24 hours over the next 36 hours, which is like weird, I know, but maybe it'll be 48. It's probably gonna end up being over the next 48 hours. And I say 48 because it is currently 11. Oh, it's midnight. It's midnight. It's midnight, and I'm not looking to pull an all-nighter, so I'm going to read for a little bit tonight, go to bed, and then read pretty much all day tomorrow, and we're gonna see if I'll finish tomorrow. If not, I'm gonna go to bed and then finish it. Today's Monday night, so finish it Wednesday morning. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's still gonna be reading for 24 hours, but I'm not gonna break my sleep schedule to do it, because I just have way too much going on in my life right now. But with that being said, I'm very excited for this. I know this is not like a very traditional way to do a 24-hour challenge, and I'm very aware of that, so I will probably be doing another one of these in the future, but I want to read so bad, like so bad. I want to read, and I need to film a YouTube video, so I really don't have the time to just sit down and read. So I'm like, you know what, let's do this, because then I'll get all the reading out of my system, you know, and I can focus on other things. But we are going to be doing 24 hours of reading over the next 48 hours-ish. But it's just, I'm just gonna say 24 hours, you know. But yeah, that's literally what we're doing. Let me find my tablet, because that's what I'm gonna have the timer on. Let me find it really quick. Okay, I found the good old tablet. Okay, I lied to you. It's 11:57, not midnight. My apologies. Let's pull up a little clock app. Do I have it on here? Isn't it like a default? There it is. Okay, and then we're gonna go timer. Actually, no. We're gonna do stopwatch, because then that way I can track how long it takes me to read each book. So rather than counting down, it'll count up. So at the end it'll say 24 over here. Over. Oh, excuse me. Over here. But we're not gonna start it yet because I want this to be as genuine and close 24 hours as possible. So every time we talk to the camera, I'm going to pause it. Anytime I get up and get food, I'm gonna pause it. Anytime I go pee, I'm gonna pause it. Anytime I need to go do something else, I'm gonna pause it. But we have no plans tomorrow, so hopefully I don't have to pause it very often. But you know, things do happen because I have pets, and mostly pets. But you know, I'm gonna try to keep it as close to 24 as, like, not lie through it. Like, I'm not gonna keep it on the whole time. Am I making any sense? I hope I'm making sense. But with that being said, we are going to officially start the challenge now, so let's go find a book to read. Okay, so we have a couple of options. I say couple, I have two, and that's because I genuinely don't want to get super sucked into a book, but I want to enjoy what I'm reading. And these are the two. I just hit my eye. Oh, these are the two that I have picked out. It is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, who wrote the Inheritance Games. I love that series. This is a 4-book series, and I don't really want to get sucked into 4 books because her books end on cliffhangers, and I will step and read all 4 of these. So I'm a little bit hesitant to do this, but they have slow starting points, so you know, I feel like I could stop. And then we also have This Delicious Death by Kayla Cottingham. This one, I don't know if I could stop. I've never read anything by this author before. I haven't read even what this book is about. But it's thin. It's only like 200 pages. So my hope is that I could finish this tonight maybe. I have never like timed how quickly I read before, so I don't know if I could actually finish this tonight with in a reasonable hour. But I am leaning more and more towards this book because it's thinner and I have a feeling I'll be able to stop. Which one? Pick. Yeah, no, we're definitely gonna do this one. We are definitely reading this later though. This is so high on my TBR. I want to read this so bad. This will probably be the second book we pick up. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and we're gonna go start reading. Hi, hello, remember when I said I was gonna go start reading? Yeah, I forgot to start the timer with you. Don't worry, I didn't open the book yet. I haven't even moved. But let's officially start. Hello, so I just finished chapter 4, which is actually exactly, read that, 50 pages in, and it's been 51 minutes, so about an hour, so I can read 50 pages in an hour. Wild. I am going to read for a little bit longer because this is good. This is really good. Now that I know what it's about and the concept of it, let me make sure I'm not gonna, yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. I didn't read the back of this book, which pretty much explains going into it what the heck this Halloween is. So I'm not spoiling anything by explaining the back. I don't read backs of books. But there was this thing, I'm not sure what it is yet, called the Halloween, that infected a bunch of people, and now they only consume human flesh, or their organs, I guess. And the government or something found a way to stop them from eating actual people, and they eat synthetic flesh instead. But they're at a music festival, and that's pretty much it so far. 50 pages in. Current thoughts? I'm getting tired. Pretty good book. I think I'm gonna go to bed soon. But we'll read for a little bit longer, and then we'll talk again in the morning. Hello and good evening. It is now, good night. It's 10:30. And I finished my book very early this morning. I finished This Delicious Death by Kayla Cunningham, and I will do readings at the end, just because I want to keep reading. And I know what you're thinking, we finished this a while ago, why didn't you read today? My friend called me, and she's like my best friend, so I don't want to say stuck, but we talked on the phone for literally 4 hours, and then I called my dad and was on the phone with him for an hour, and then I called my friend back and was on the phone with her for another 2 hours, and then she actually came over. So, one thing led to another, and like 8 hours later, here we are. And yeah, that's where I'm at. We are currently at 4.5 hours into this challenge. Let me show you our exact timer. My lighting's gonna go very bad because I'm using my iPad as my lighting because I'm in a very dark part of my room. But let me show you what we're at. Where's our clock? Go. We are at 4 hours and 25 minutes. That is how long it took me to read This Delicious Death by Kayla Cunningham. Like I said, very good book. Love it. Now, the next book we're going to pick up is going to be The Obsession by Jessie Q. Satano, I want to say? Satano? I'm so sorry. This is going to be the next book we're reading. Now, I know this is supposed to be 24 hours. I'm aware. But I'm going to make it 12, because I'm kind of going over to my friend's house tomorrow. I'm going over to my friend's house tomorrow, and normally I wouldn't do this. Normally I wouldn't like stop filming to go hang out with a friend, but we don't get to hang out very often, and I need to like catch her up on some life stuff, and I personally am putting that before filming because mental health wise I feel that's the best choice for me. So my hope is to get through this book and then do one more book, and since I've read 4 hours, we have 8 left, so I'm hoping to get through 2 more, but we will see. I hope this isn't a disappointment. I'm going to change the title, but we will definitely be doing a 24-hour challenge in the future, so please hang on with me as we do that. But yeah, I'm going to go read this now. I'm hoping to finish this whole thing tonight, at like a reasonable time, but I will check in with you next. I don't know when I'm going to check in with you again. Maybe when I'll check in with you when we reach the halfway point. 6 hours. 6 hours we'll check in with each other. Alrighty, let's go read The Obsession by Jessie Q. Santo? I'll get it eventually, I promise. Hello, good morning. So, do you remember how I said I was going to a friend's house, but I would read in the morning? That didn't work. It didn't work out. I, in fact, went to my friend's house yesterday. I went over at 5 and I was there till like midnight. PM. 5 p.m. And I know what you're thinking, wow, Paige, that's such a long time to read in the morning. ADHD paralysis got to me. I felt like I couldn't do anything, and I literally just sat all day. And I'm so disappointed with myself. You don't need to tell me I'm already... But because of that, it is literally the 6th of September, and I leave for a flight in less than 24 hours. And in addition to doing this video, I have another YouTube video I need to do, and then I think like 10 TikToks. And to say I'm stressed out is a little bit of an understatement, but it's fine. We're gonna vibe, we're gonna chill, and I'm just gonna work my ass off. But that is not why you are here. You are here because I was supposed to read for 24 hours, and then I said, oh, I'll just read for 12, and now I'm switching it once more to be, I'm gonna read for 10. Now, is this what I wanted to do? No, and I'm A, disappointed in myself, B, disappointed in like the whole situation as itself, and C, I'm like, God, this isn't the content that I wanted to do, you know? So it's just like, I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like that I'm having to switch it, but for my own mental wellness, and so I don't go insane, I'm going to, and I'm okay with it. Not really. But, as you saw in the cute little time lapse you got this morning, I did read this morning. I read for an hour and a half, and we are now sitting at almost 7 hours. 6 hours and 57 minutes. We are almost 7 hours in, and I am only going to be reading for 10. So I have about 3 hours left. As far as reading goes, I am still on the obsession, but I am a little bit over halfway. You can't really see with the tassel. And there's a glare. Oh my god! There. I'm a little bit over halfway. This story is not what I thought it was going to be. It was very creepy in the beginning, as I stated.
Hi, so as of previously stated, I actually lost that clip, so, my apologies, I'll explain my thoughts now.
My hope is to finish this, and we might be able to pick up another one, but we're definitely not going to finish it. I don't know indeed. But, we're gonna finish The Obsession, and we're gonna have a grand old time. We are on page 162 of, I think it's like 307, 304, so shouldn't take too long to finish that bad boy, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I am sorry I've changed the title and the theme of the video, the point of the video so many times, but we're gonna go read. At least that stayed on point. Oh my god. So I wasn't gonna update in between reading this book, cause like it's like good but nothing like crazy happens. But I'm on page 190, which is chapter 13. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna spoil it, but are you kidding me? Dude, that's wild. Oh my god. The beginning of this book was like, right, creepy, ew, just kind of like heebie-jeebies, and now I'm like totally fucking invested. Holy shit. Does he know? so as you saw, our timer is officially at 10 hours. It took me 3 days to read 10 hours, and I'm still so upset about it. I'm still so upset. But in that final hour that we had, I was reading The One and Only Bob, and I got a little bit, maybe I am just halfway. No, I'm a little bit over halfway through. I am on page 173 of 334. So, I will probably finish this on the plane tomorrow. But, yeah, this is not how I thought this video was gonna go at all. I'm still very disappointed in how it turned out. But in 10 hours, I read like 2.5 books. And honestly, it's not terrible. It's not bad. Could have been a lot better, could have been a lot worse. But yeah. Ratings, because I never did ratings. So, I'm not gonna rate The One and Only Bob yet. Obviously, I haven't finished it, so why would I rate it? But so far, I do like this book. It is exactly like The One and Only Ivan, just following Bob instead. And kind of, his life after the first book took place, but following the dog instead. Very cute, very much bringing back childhood memories of reading The One and Only Ivan. But I like it so far. It's a good book. But starting with our other two, the first book we read was This Delicious Death by Kayla Cunningham. I love this book. I do. It was very, very good. However, it wasn't not a 5-star at all. If you don't know anything about books and the ratings, the main basis system of it is 1 to 5 stars, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. This was not a 5-star for me. It was definitely better than the average book that I read. Like, the storyline within it is not one I have personally seen or read before, so to me this was a completely new experience reading wise. Now, have I read every single sci-fi fantasy book out there? No, obviously not, but I've read a couple, and this was a completely unique storyline to what I've read before. However, there were some parts where I felt it was a little bit dragged out, or not dragged out, they didn't feel entirely necessary to me. But overall, the pacing was good. I was gripped to the story the whole book. However, there was a plot twist in here. I didn't guess it, but I was kind of like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And it wasn't a thriller or a horror book, so it wasn't supposed to have a plot twist. But every book has a plot twist in it. Pretty much every book that's action wise, and this one had plot twists that made sense, but I didn't see coming. But it's oh, okay, just move on. When I read books, I have a tendency to gloss over the stuff that's supposed to be big and wild and crazy, and I'm oh, that makes sense. I want to see what happens. But now that I'm done blabbering about it, I did love it. There is a bunch of queer representation here that I had no idea about. So, after reading this book and thinking my thoughts on it, it is going to be a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And for me, that is actually pretty good. 3 is average book. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Would I recommend it? Yes. 3.5 is, yeah, it was good. I would recommend it. It was good. To step up, a little bit more enthusiastic, and then 4 would be oh, I love this book, let me tell you about it. I could talk about it for a while, I really liked it, but there were a couple things I'm meh. 4.5 is, oh, I really liked it, really liked it, but there was one thing that irritated me, or one thing I didn't like, I guess plot twist, something like that. And then 5 stars is, I love this book, I would die for it, Just the descent into, oh, I really like books. But yes, this one is gonna be 3.5 out of 5 stars. And I'm very happy with that rating, and I don't think I'm going to change it. And then the second book we read was The Obsession by by Jessie Q. Swanto. I still can't say her last name. I am so sorry. And I think it's a her. I didn't read about the author this time. Yeah, it's a her. Okay, but The Obsession was obviously a book about stalking. Going into it, I knew that, and they threw me in the deep end. Literally first chapter was in the guy's point of view, who is the stalker, and it was whoa, the way this dude thinks. Oh, what? Okay. So the direct he's a stalker first chapter, it was okay, I thought I was gonna get eased into it. It wasn't. That's fine. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. That's what the book's about. But it was very and then I think it was like the 4th chapter in. 4th chapter in or something. Let's see. Okay. 5. No, like 6 or 7 chapters in. Okay, so like a good chunk into the book. The thing that takes place, I was like, when I read it, I'm like, oh, she must be imagining what's happening, you know, like this isn't actually happening, because it was like so out of the blue. I'm like, what? There's no way this is actually happening. I don't like people. Sorry, there was a guy outside, and I do not like people, and he's coming to my door. Or a door, I don't know. But, very out of the blue, I thought she was like, he's back. Oh my god. If I don't move, you can't see me. If I don't move, you can't see me. If I don't move, you can't see me. Okay, I'm sorry. There was a guy outside and he walked by twice and I was frozen. Like, I'm in front of my window, so it's like, but, the event that takes place, like a good chunk into the book, I'm like, there's no way this is happening. She must be imagining it. Like, this is so out of the blue, right? And it happened. It happened. The next chapter, I'm like, oh, this actually happened. Like, she actually did this thing. What? Like, I was kind of like thrown for a loop, and I was a little bit like, whoa, how'd we get here? What's happening? Like, I get things can escalate, but this is a little bit much. But after I came to terms with that, I was like, okay, this makes sense. And then the story kept going. It was great. And then a little bit farther into a book, you get another plot twist. And I was like, oh, that one I caught. I got it. I understood what was happening. I'm like, what? No, that's crazy. I didn't think it was her. Like, what's going on? Like, crazy stuff happens in here. And even the last page is insane. Like, this book, I love this book. I knew it was going to be a little bit on the creepy side, and it is, because the way that the dude progresses throughout the story, because you get both of their points of view. You get Logan, who's the guy, and Delilah, who's the girl. And Logan is insane, and seeing how he thinks throughout the book, and how people with, they talked about, I don't know if I can call it a mental illness, but it's like some sort of obsession thing here. Wait, I just had it. Where'd it go? I lost it. There we go. Erotomania, I think. A delusional disorder. Like, they mentioned that he has a delusional disorder, and seeing how someone with a delusional disorder thinks was very, very interesting, because I always thought of stalkers as like creepy old men, you know, but seeing it in like a 17-year-old, it was like, whoa, the fact that he thinks this way is wild. That's wild. And then seeing how Delilah like dealt with that, and also like the personal things she was dealing with, and then the way that the book ended, I'm like, oh. But I love this book. I did finish it only like an hour and a half ago now, but as of right now, it has a 4.5 stars. I love this book. The only thing that I didn't like about this book was the one part in the beginning where I'm like, oh, I thought she was imagining this. But that happens to me a lot, where like when someone's describing for a long time, I genuinely think it's just in their head and it's not actually happening. It happens a lot with books. But once I wrapped my head around that, I'm like, oh my god. Do I think this book will ever be a 5-star in my realm? No, because it just didn't have the 5-star feeling. I can't really describe it other than that. I really, really like the book. I really don't have any major problems with it. I really, really did like it, but it's not a 5-star. Like, it didn't have me on the edge of my seat the entire time. It doesn't have like an actual romance factor, which I would have loved. And there were just some things that, like, even looking back at it now, like the way that everything pieced together was a little weird, and how she never really told anyone what was going on. Just stuff like that. Then I'm like, well, you know. But it was really, 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 really good. Really, really good. I would highly, highly, highly recommend this, especially if you like psychological thrillers. Very good book. Okay, so we got a 3.5 and we got a 4.5, and then we have a half-read book to be rated later. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this. I honestly, this is a great little stack. I love how it's like dark, scary, Bob. But yeah, this is what we read, and that's it. I don't really have much else for you. Thank you for coming along and reading with me. I know that it wasn't like the 24 hours how I originally said it was gonna be, but you know, stuff happened, and we are definitely gonna do one in the future. I have a feeling I'm gonna film one probably like the night after I get back, because this was really, really fun, and I would love to actually just sit down and read for 24 hours before I go back to school in like 3 weeks. But I'm not even here for 2 of those weeks, so it's like, well, you know. But I'm very, very excited for that in the future. But yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching. This book was obviously more based on reading and stuff, but if there's anything you want to see me read or anything you want to see me make, because my niche is crochet and stuff like that, please let me know, and I would be more than willing to like fit it into something or do something with it, because I always like, you know, getting your guys' suggestions and then making it. I think it's a lot of fun. But yeah, go have a wonderful, amazing day, night, whatever it may be for you. Thank you for watching today's video. I think I've already said that. It's okay. I think I've already said that. Go have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!